Understanding the conventional methods, and we understood that it is all about connecting, contributing, and celebrating, and being grateful. So just think that if we are connecting, contributing, and celebrating, and being grateful to the worldly life, the mind does not accumulate impurities. Impurities, likes and dislikes, duality, conflict, confusion, ego. So then celebration is possible. When the celebration is possible, all the time, in all the locations, in all our relationship, whether it's a personal life, professional life, social life, we are celebrating every moment. That keeps the mind away from the impurities. Not only that, but it has got tremendous benefit. The time we wake up in the morning, every event becomes a celebration. So, what happens? Our mind now checks and understands before entering into an event or situation, during the event, and after the event, that state of the mind continues. That state of the calmness continues. Otherwise, what happens? We experience pleasures in different degrees. There is a intensity, then we feel the pleasure, we also feel the pain. The mind goes on saying, I like it, I don't like it. So there are a lot of challenges that this mind faces when there is a motivation of desire fulfillment. Mind runs either into the past, regrets, runs into the present, compares, and runs into the future, worries. So, regret, comparison, and the worries are the three very serious factors that causes lot of stress and suffering. So, once we understand, is it possible to celebrate your life? Yes. Every event is an opportunity to connect, to contribute, to celebrate, and being grateful. Conventional methods makes our entire life a celebration. So are we waiting for the best method and we will leave this conventional method? No. As long as we are alive, we will continue to apply these conventional methods in our daily living. Whether it's a personal life, whether it is professional life, whether it is social life or a family life. So you all have understood that being grateful to the existence. I'm grateful to the existence because you all are attending the sessions. You are a part of the existence. I'm a part of the existence. Just think, the moment we move with that being grateful to the existence, the mind always remains calm and joyful. And being grateful, only the human being can be grateful to the existence. We are given self awareness, we are given free intellect, and free will to take action. We already discussed two lions, wants to mate with a lioness, they fight. They, there is not that level of self awareness where they can choose not to fight. So that is why it is known as the animal mind. To get rid of the animal mind, conventional methods are very important in our daily living, not only for personal excellence, professional excellence, social excellence, and then being grateful, we become aware the role of our parents, our ancestors, our teachers, society, nation, and we feel that now the entire life is nothing but a celebration. This is one part of the story of the conventional methods. But why we started understanding these conventional methods? To purify the mind. But why to purify the mind? To reveal the knowledge of the real self. Master says only purified mind can reveal the knowledge of the real self. We will discuss about it in detail. Why the purified mind can reveal the knowledge of the real self. And if the mind is impure, it makes me unqualified. So purified mind is a qualified mind. And qualified mind makes me a seeker. And the seeker always succeeds. This is the step-by-step process. Let us go a little deeper. We are slowly moving towards the best method, but this guy is wave 1 with one name in the form. What it means? Name is there, form is there. You all recognize this guy, but if I use the word wave 1 is equal to existence plus name in the form. Anesthesia is second wave, name in the form plus existence. David plus existence. David is the name in the form. So what happens? The conventional methods gradually refines the mind, makes your mind so subtle that we start recognizing pure consciousness as a common factor. I believe you got it. What I said? Who is anesthesia? Anesthesia is the name and the form plus consciousness. That is existence. Who is this guy? Name and the form plus existence. That is how the conventional methods helps us to evolve our mind. And that makes the mind pure. Pure consciousness plus name in the form. Now, one thing that you should contemplate and reflect. So, what we said that when we define ourselves, existence or pure consciousness plus name in the form. Name and the form comes from the body-mind complex. Body and mind belongs to the matter, the non-living entity. So there is a change in the name, and there is the change in the, you can say, the amount or the quantity of the material that build the form here. Otherwise, all the material are the same. So consciousness plus name in the form David. Consciousness plus name in the form Girish. Consciousness plus name in the form Terry. Consciousness plus name in the form. So what I wanted to convey, you have to be very focused. Consciousness plus name in the form is Krishna is a God. Consciousness plus name in the form is equal to Jesus. Have you seen that? We have personified all the gods and goddesses in the human shape and the form. Do you see that? Whether it's a Jesus or Krishna or any god and goddesses. What is the difference between the two? Only one difference. We live in ignorance, we find ourselves limited. They don't live in ignorance, they find themselves unlimited, infinite. That is the difference between the two. This is how our masters explain. This is how the entire Eastern wisdom explains. Pure consciousness plus the name and the form. What is the name? Krishna. Krishna is the originator of yoga. Krishna is considered, declared as a god. So what is the difference? Human form? We both have a human form. So what is the difference? Difference between the ignorance and the wisdom. They always live as if they are all pervading one reality, unlimited, absence of ignorance. We live in ignorance. We limit ourselves. So, what is going to happen when you apply these conventional methods? Come back to the conventional methods. We start experiencing a sense of unlimitedness. The mind will have a glimpse of what it means by all pervading. What is infinity? So, since you wake up in the morning until you retire to the bed, your mind has passed smoothly into the joy and the peace and the happiness in the absence of the conflict. In spite of all the challenges. Just think of that. So how the conventional methods not only purifies the mind, but it brings very close to the realization and understanding of what exactly are the gods and goddesses. And start contemplating and reflecting on this. Only one difference: we feel we are limited due to the ignorance, and they do not feel limitedness. They are always unlimited. That is why we say God is omniscient, omnipotent. So if you put a logic, you also have a human form, I also have a human form. How come you are all pervading? And how come that I don't feel all pervading? What is the difference? The difference is this. And that is why we are applying conventional methods. What are the ultimate masses of these conventional methods? I start living in peace and happiness, independent of anything that I possess coming from the world. Conventional methods makes me independent of a person, a thing, or a possession in the world. Independent, we start realizing as if the peace and happiness are independent of anything in the world. And when we experience that, my friends, we have a sense of emotional freedom. There is a rise of awareness. There is a natural state of the peace and the calm. You love everyone because everyone is pure consciousness. I told you, pure consciousness plus name and the form. Your perception becomes subtler and subtler. Go back to the fourfold qualification. Our level of discernment, dispassion, not only it becomes very intense, but it goes very high. That manifests into the six treasures of peace and calmness, love, faith, and the wisdom. We have yet to practice meditation, but we are already preparing ourselves for a greater and the higher path. Think. So, how these conventional methods, and at least because we have to live our life, personal life, professional life, family life, we have to live. There is no choice. Life has to be lived. So, when we apply these conventional methods, we start realizing now go little subtler. What I said, pure consciousness plus name in the form is me, is David, is Anastasia, is Jerry, is Weber, is Stephen. So now the mind experiencing the subtler level of our consciousness. How? Now the pure consciousness plus name in the form plus personal life, or pure consciousness plus name in the form plus professional life. So now you raise your level of awareness to connect, contribute, and celebrate in your personal life, in your professional life, in your social life, in your family. Think the state of the mind, the emotion, and the way we start living our life. That is why the conventional methods will continue throughout our life, and gradually we will improve upon, we will evolve. We will continue to rise in consciousness. But the goal remains the same. We are seeking purification of the mind. So, greater the purification, we start working on the mind. Instead, the mind keeps working on us. So, we can have a clarity if the mind is working on us. Anxiety, duality, conflict, confusion, fear, limitedness. When we start working on the mind by applying these conventional methods, the life is going to change. Again, we never forget why we are purifying the mind to discover our real self and to end suffering, to achieve the highest state of mindfulness. So, in the state of purification, what happens? The knowledge of the real self reveals naturally. Revelation takes place. Oh, this is I am the real self. I am the pure consciousness, minus name in the form. That is why the mindfulness is known as effortless, natural. So, at a subtler level, this conventional method, conventional method takes care of the mind at two levels. One is the purification, and other you get a natural focus. Why the mind is wandering, scattered? Why the lane one always invites unwelcome, unwanted thoughts? It is because of the ignorance. It is because of the likes and dislikes. It is because of the attachment and detachment. You will discover that mind 24/7 has a natural focus. First time we realize that, first time we realize the distraction and the wandering is caused by the ignorance, is caused by the impurity. Otherwise, there is no need. There's no chance. If I use the word in a different way, the impurity of the mind stops attacking us in our daily life. One, so there are two parts. The impurities moves towards the purity, and then there is a natural focus. Why there is a natural focus? Because the mind is not running after the object or a thing or a person outside. Because there is no emotional dependence now. There is no sense of attachment. There is no clinging. So there is not a series of desire, anger, greed, delusion. We discussed about it. Desire is anger, desire is greed, desire is attachment, desire is fear, desire is everything. Thing. So our masters have such a grand vision. What is that grand vision? It is not only the mindfulness simply does not mean closing your eyes and 15, 20 minutes or an hour of doing the practice. No, you bring that state of the pure consciousness, you allow it to manifest at every moment, in every situation, in your personal life, in your professional life, in your social life. One more point that is coming to the mind, the vasana. We use the word vasana, means the latent impressions. Latent impressions of anger, anxiety, duality, conflict that we have lived our life in the past. So those past impressions starts getting deleted from our being. And you will experience it. It is not that I am saying it. You follow these conventional methods and you will find as if the life living is just a sense of freedom, a sense of joy, a sense of peace. From outside, we all look alike. I will also walk, you will also walk. You talk and I talk. But there is an inner change, the qualitative change in our life. You are applying the conventional methods outside, but there is a qualitative inner transformation. For a seeker, I need not to talk in detail. Uh, mm, I need not to discuss that you should believe it. We have been doing this journey for so many weeks, months, and years. It will happen to you. Compare. You are applying these conventional methods, and one day in the evening you find you had not a single thought of duality, conflict, likes and dislikes, or you lived in the state of the dispassion. You will experience that life is as if it is a full of joy. It's a full of celebration. First time we realize this celebration does not depend on anything outside. It depends on my inner state of the being. We started understanding with the purification of the mind, but then there is an inner change. The mind undergoes a qualitative change. We start working on the mind. And as we have promised to ourselves that we will continue to apply these conventional methods, so watch and observe one day. If you had no thoughts, it does not mean you had a thoughts of likes and dislikes, you have a thought of reaction, but it remained too far from you, at a distance. It did not affect you. It did not create an emotional dependence. So there is one woman who has been with me for a couple of years. Last week she sent a message that I woke up at 3 a.m. in the morning and then I had an upsurge of all the negative thoughts. And the moment I recognized those thoughts dissolved completely and I got out of it. I realized what it means by working on the mind, what it means by the purification of the mind. Close your eyes. Let us start our journey. We have yet to cover the best method. Eyes are closed. Settle yourself. I've been telling you, settle yourself. And you understand that, what it means by settling yourself? Eyes are closed, body is in the most comfortable position, and now instantly you are checking. Mind, how are you? As if you are saying, mind, how are you? What it means? You don't have any issue of struggle. You're not struggling. Oh, you're not at all struggling. And as if the mind can stay in that position forever. You are at ease. Is it not a purification of the mind? The answer is yes. But we will continue. You see these conventional methods, that we will continue our journey. At least once we do the practice and then we apply those conventional methods. Why? It acts as a reminder. Being comfortable. Neck joint, you see, it's a purely physical aspect. Neck joint, you're looking, you're aware, you experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It's a subtler than the physical. No, it's your experience. And deeper than that is the space. Space is awareness. Awareness is the space. Same thing will happen. Lane 1 will continue to have unwanted, unwelcome thoughts for a couple of weeks and months because of the past impression. But what will happen? You move your mind so deeply. You keep all these lane 1 at a distance. It doesn't affect you. A sense of emotional dependence is felt. Okay, that is all. I'm not going there. So it is educating our mind differently. Look at the shoulder joint being there, feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So this is known as moving within. You don't move inside the body. Body is after all body. It's made up of the matter. So we have to break that wrong notion. Sensation, comfort, and steadiness, and then we space. Space is awareness, awareness is space. This is the meaning of moving with. The entire body from the top of the head to the toes. Do you remember? Pure consciousness plus name in the form. Form is the body. Body is different, name is different. Pure consciousness is the same. So sensation, comfort and steadiness. It is about the body and in the mind. Space is awareness and awareness is space. You all have been doing it. So it should not take you deeper. It should not take you too much of time. But sometime on some day it takes time. Why? Because the past impression has some trigger pertaining to fear or anxiety or likes and dislikes or certain thoughts of attachment, but we continue our journey. I believe you are becoming clear and now carefree. The first time I discussed about being carefree, free from all the cares of the mind. And now we have understood the mental highway, the lane one. We have to be carefree of the lane one, but we should be vigilant. We are attentive of the lane two. I believe you are clear now. Think. Just contemplate and reflect. If you become totally carefree, even of what I'm speaking to you, nothing will happen. Listening and learning, that knowledge should be there in the lane too. That will help you to remain carefree of unwanted, unwelcome thoughts. And in the lane two, then we say, so sometime if we wake up in the morning, we have unwanted, unnecessary thoughts, don't start inquiring about it. What should we do? Sarve Sham Swastir Bhavatu. Or maybe during the day also. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. It is preferable that you speak mentally because that triggers the brain and raise your awareness, and then in the second stage we go for the meaning, let there be happiness for all. But we should not miss the third stage of the knowledge. What is the knowledge hidden when we say let there be happiness for all? We have already discovered the common point. Everyone loves happiness. Everyone likes happiness. So one wants happiness by becoming angry, other wants happiness by discovery. That's why we are seekers. So what happens if other gets angry? We don't get angry over them. Why? Our approach is different. Yes, very clarity is there. That clarity is the purity. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let there be peace for all. You are doing the practice every day, you are applying the conventional methods. What will happen? The mind will identify that peace is all pervading, all permeating space. They use the two words, all pervading, all permeating. That peace permeates every being on this universe. Your mind needs to be subtle to realize that. And that is why I said to you that even the person is becoming angry, reactive, scared because he is searching peace by being scared or in fear. We are searching peace by understanding. A difference between a seeker and a non-seeker. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Let there be completeness in all. Completeness in all. We are created by the existence that is whole. So if we are the children of that existence, we are also whole. And when we discover we are the whole, all limitations drops. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Let there be auspiciousness for all. You already know it. We'll continue with our breathing practice in a three different way. First, look inside the forehead in the space and drop gently Om Shanti. With understanding, Om is the real self and the Shanti is the peace. And that repetition, conscious repetition continues, body remains steady, and start breathing quick and short breath through the chest, through both the nostrils. You are not to do in a hurry, but you must expand and contract the rib cage to keep the mind conscious and aware, my friends. Om Shanti continues, body remains steady, and you are breathing from the rib cage. It's symbolic. When you inhale and exhale with an expansion and contraction of the rib cage, that is what I call the chest breathing, upper lobes of the lungs. And stop the breathing. And Om Shanti continues. You also experience the changes, variety of experiences, maybe vision, colors, tingling, numbness. You may experience as if the body is becoming bigger, heat and the cold. So different sensation and the experiences depends on the quality of the mind and the content in the mind at the time of doing the practice, coming from the latent impressions accumulated in the mind. So we just recognize and accept it. We are ready for the second breathing. Om Shanti continues inside the forehead in the space and start breathing from the belly. Little longer breath, belly expansion and contraction. You might have started recognizing this belly breathing is being accepted by the mind. The mind is not doing too much of an effort. It is becoming natural and effortless. If it is, we are moving deeper. Continue. 3 minutes. We are still doing 3 minutes each. We need not even to think I'm not able to do it. Pay attention to what you are doing, what you need to do. Continue. And now stop this, do nothing. Om Shanti continues, the breath is normal, and you are watching, recognizing, accepting the changes. So you recognize, you accept the changes at the physical, mental, emotional level, even the quantity of the thoughts reduces. Now we are ready for the third type, the breathing. Om Shanti continues, body remains steady. And expansion of the belly and the chest, one after the other, and a contraction of the belly and the chest, one after the other during exhalation should be done. Stop. You are conscious of expanding the belly, then the chest. You are consciously contracting the belly and the chest during exhalation with Om Shanti. Continue. Continue, my friends. Deep, long in the hissing breath, conscious of the movement of the belly and the rib cage with Om Shanti dropping inside the forehead in the space. And stop the breathing. Om Shanti continues. The entire journey, as long as the brain uses the consciousness, we always experience a limitedness, anxiety, duality, and a conflict, plus pleasure. But when the consciousness uses the brain, we are free. That is the ultimate of the mindfulness. Now start breathing deep, silent, and slow, doing the nyasa, singing Om Shanti as you inhale from the crown of the head into the spine, reaching to the tailbone. And as you exhale, the mind rises from the tailbone to the crown of the head, mental singing Om Shanti, as if the mind is moving inside the spine in the space, as if there is a hollowness, emptiness in the spine between the crown of the head to the tailbone, as if the mind passes from the crown of the head exactly at the center, then center of the neck touching the spine, reaching to the tailbone. Ah, it's so beautiful. I appreciate you all. Now leave this. The breath is normal, body is steady, mind is free. Start with the japa, 16 points. With the mind's eye, with the mind's skin, with the mind's ear, with the mind's tongue. Even the tongue is not moving. And as if Om Shanti is clearly visible, it will go a long way in this journey for you all, my friends. Om Shanti, with the mind's eye, ear touching the tongue. You'll find the sound, the touch, the seeing is so pure. And stop this triangle, visualize deep inside the cave of your heart. And now you will find out the sinking of the Om Shanti on each side is very much there. Once you find the sinking, push the mind with the Om inside the triangle deep inside the heart. The mind seemingly stops. Shanti. Done. You will discover you are able to extend that period of absorption. In those moments, the knowledge reveals. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms, know your experiences. We'll share our experiences now. Bring the hands down. How are you, Stephen?
Good, very
Very
good.
good.
It
It
was,
was
I was
I was
drawn to
drawn to
meditation from
meditation
the
from the
moment you
moment you
started
started
talking.
talking.
So,
So
I
I
closed
closed
my
my
eyes
eyes
and
and
there were basically two things going on. I was going through contemplation and reflection of the past few days while listening to your lesson and applying it simultaneously, and this realization that just looking at the weekend, and what was really what I was contemplating, reflecting on, and not to say it didn't exist with conflict and duality and all that other stuff. It was the fact that I was able to be aware of it and recognize it the second it happened. And I kept thinking about something you said on Saturday of every situation is an opportunity to transcend consciousness. And that's what's been taking place the last 48 hours or so for me, and what took place in this, which just allowed this meditation to just go deeper and deeper. And it was just refreshing and calm and relaxing.
Beautiful. The moment we realize that every situation is an opportunity, even when we have a conflict, that conflict and the reaction do not touch the mind. It remains at a bay. That is the beauty of applying the conventional method. We instantly recognize and accept, and we are in a different state of consciousness. That is what happens. Beautiful. Thank you, Stephen. How are you, David and Jerry?
Thank you, sir. Yeah, very. I enjoyed the message in the beginning, and as we're going in, I was excited to go into the meditation. And what I noticed early on is that when we're doing the deep breathing, I was like, oh, my throat's tickly. I got to clear it. Nope, that's just the mind. I need to sneeze. Nope, that's just the mind. And soon the mind just gave up. And the rest of the meditation was just like a flow of nothingness. It was wonderful.
It's wonderful. Did you all notice what he is saying? We experience reaction, anxiety, duality, and a conflict. Where we experience in the mind, and you counter the same mental experiences by your awareness. This is what he is saying. That is one of the most beautiful way to put it. Beautiful. How are you, Jerry?
I'm good, thank you. That was just a really deep meditation. I don't have a lot to share about it, just a deep meditation. Thank you.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Deep meditation. Also, then, why it is a deep meditation? Because we are totally away from the world of event, of situation, of people, of relations. A state of mindfulness. Beautiful. How are you, Brandy?
I'm really good, thank you. I had a really deep meditation as well today, and I had a realization during my meditation that the other night I was having a nightmare, and I was in some kind of situation that I couldn't get out of, and I was like struggling in my nightmare, and then a voice inside of me said, "You're dreaming. Like you can change this situation." And I realized that that's also available in a waking state where you're these situations that come up. Like Stephen said that you mentioned on Saturday, every opportunity is a every situation is an opportunity.
Yeah.
To I guess kind of course correct. But it just made more sense to me when I realized that, or had this memory of this dream I had, and being able to like just change, like you're driving here, you can change this situation.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. That's a beautiful, the way that David and the Stephen has put it. David has put it in a different way, and you are putting in a different way. That every situation, what happens that we identify with the situation, Situation is an experience in the mind. Identification is due to the attachment and detachment. That attachment and detachment is the impurity of the mind. So in the state of the purity of the mind, you just become aware. You even remember and recall that situation is an opportunity. That is enough. So I was talking about that woman. So I just got a message. So she sent a message that I'm not worthy of suffering. I said, done, finished. Because you are writing it consciously, sending a message, and you recognize your level of impurity and the ignorance in the mind. And it only happens to the seeker. How are you, Terry?
I'm very calm.
Very calm, very good.
Uh, I don't know. I don't want to say everything.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Remain calm. Need not to say anything. We have recognized. Keep a smile on the face. That's good. How are you, Sam?
Good. Feeling grateful today. Good
Good
meditation.
meditation.
Very
Very
quiet and
quiet and
peaceful.
peaceful.
Quiet and peaceful. Very good. And just do it couple of times. Sam, if you have a time. So how are you, Vaibhav? Vaibhav and Anesthesia, yes.
So
Sam,
I'm
I'm
good.
good.
Calm,
Calm,
relaxed,
relaxed.
Calm and
peaceful.
relaxed. Beautiful. Calm and relaxed. Very good. Anesthesia.
Thank you. I'm good. It was very deep meditation, just deep nothingness and your voice.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Keep on evolving. That is the message. Ashok. Where is Ashok?
I'm
I'm
here.
here.
Oh, you are here. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it
It
was
was
very peaceful and calm. And
And
during the
during the
daytime as
daytime as
well,
well,
it
it
was
was
completely reflecting,
reflecting,
and
and
that is
that is
going
going
on.
on.
I
I
withdraw
withdraw
myself
myself
from the
from the
situation when
situation
it
when
is
it is
going
going
to
to
lane
lane
number
number
one.
one.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and
Good.
awareness is
Awareness is
going
going
on
on
in the
in the
family as
family as
well.
well.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Beautiful. You all have started speaking the same language as I have been speaking. That is a testimony that we all are changing our attitude. Last thing that I want to say, I have been talking about that we will talk about the best method of purification of the mind that you all are aware. We are applying that best method from the very session we started the conventional method. Think of it, what it is. And we will take it up next week. We have been applying